We've got the great and powerful Forex with Sam, as he's known on the Instagrams. What's going on, Sam? How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing, Craig? How's everything
I'm
going?
I'm doing so well. Thank you very much. I'm super excited to just get to know the community that FTG has started to kind of develop and build. You're the very first one. So maybe you start off with telling us who you are, where you're from, and how you got into Forex trading.
Yeah, so as you guys know me by Forex with Sam, but my real name is also Sam. And yeah, I mean, I got started in trading a few years back, around 4 or 5 years ago. And it was a long run, but after a few years, finally got to become consistent. And I journaled all of my journey on Instagram. So everything is on there. But yeah, that's pretty much it with me. And I'm from Canada. So I'm one of the few traders from Canada as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Canada has a pretty big Forex community, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but it's mostly on like the IML side rather than just like traders who just trade on their own. So
Uh-huh.
we have a big IML community out here, which is pretty controversial. But yeah, that's where we are with the Forex stuff out here.
Nice. You said early on in your journey, you talked about a couple years until you became consistent. I guess let's rewind to that, like kind of day one. What got you hooked into Forex? What was the catalyst there?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got into it, it was mostly just the lifestyle stuff. Like I used to follow a bunch of traders, like the quote unquote gurus, where they'd post their lifestyle, stuff like that. And then that's what got me hooked into it. And I was young back then. I think I was like 17, 18 or so. So it was easy for me to get hooked. And from then on forward, I started to realize a lot of those people that posted that stuff were just gurus. They're making money off courses. So and then yeah, man. And then after that, I just tried to see if there was a way to make it with just trading forex, and that's what got me hooked.
Awesome. So it was those Bugattis and McMansions.
Yeah, the Bugattis got me. Yeah,
So fast cars, big houses, and then years later understood that it was consistency that was going to be the key for you. How
Mhm.
many years did it take for you to get to that consistent level? What did that look like?
Yeah. So the first like 3 years, I would say were just like trial and error, just trading, trying to figure stuff out, going from strategy to strategy, and then I think it was during COVID where like they were started to release prop firms, and then that's what kind of pushed me to start to actually like put in work and back test and study and try to become consistent. And yeah, and then after that, it was just history from there. So I got funded with a few prop firms, and
Yeah.
it's just been with that. I've just been sticking with them so far, and now I'm at a stage in my trading career where I'm making money throughout the months, even though if
Heck
it's
yeah.
not, yeah, even though if it's not like 50, 100K, it's enough money for me. I might be just like, yeah,
Nice, nice. So that mindset of fast cars, big houses kind of shifted after realizing that that's not the long term play. Maybe.
yeah, because well, one thing I started to notice was a lot of these the people like the gurus, quote unquote, they would fall off because people would catch on to what they're doing, and then after that they'd have no source of income aside from the money that they possibly saved up from their courses and mentorships. So
Mhm.
I realized, yeah, that's just a short game, and it's an easy way out. My mindset shifted to the long term, and I just wanted to learn how to trade so that all of the income that I'd make would be self-reliant rather than relying on others to buy a course or to pay for signals, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So it sounds like some of these gurus maybe not didn't even know how to trade in the beginning.
Yeah, honestly speaking, I used to just look at them when I was like 17, 18, but I doubt most of them knew how to, but I don't know. Who am I to say? You never know
Yeah,
too sometimes, right? So
for sure.
I try not to judge people too hard based off of what I see. But ever since then, after COVID hit, I never looked at no guru page. I never looked at anyone for motivation. I just
Hmm.
stuck on my own and just followed my own journey and paid attention to my own lane. So, and that benefits you a lot, especially with trading, because a lot of people tend to like compare themselves to other traders who they see making a certain amount of money or a certain amount of risk to reward.
Mm-hmm.
And that plays a huge role on their psychology in trading and their psychology towards themselves as just a whole. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Mhm.
Well, congrats on all the success that you've had, both on the trading side of things as well as the Instagram side of things. I think last I looked at your Instagram profile is like almost, well, it's approaching 50K.
Yeah, it's about to approach 50K, but the thing with me with Instagram is um back then I wasn't too consistent with posting, but I think starting I believe when 2022 hit, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
January 2022 I started to post consistently, and then it started to grow from there, and that's the plan moving forward. But yeah, man, Instagram isn't my source of income, so all I make is from trading. So that's why I wasn't too consistent, but now we're staying consistent. We're aiming for that 100K mark soon. Hopefully after that 50.
That's awesome. I know
Yeah,
you'll get there. You've
yeah,
got a great, consistent message that you give out,
yeah,
and it looks like you might be using your own. I'm assuming you're using your own strategy when you're posting the Instagram videos and the reels. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about what type of strategy you've developed over your trading career.
yeah. So my strategy shifted. So back then it used to be mostly like support and resistance, trend lines, so on and so forth. And then now for the past 2 years or so, I just strictly stick to supply and demand,
Mm-hmm.
and strictly trading with just order flow and the flow of the markets, not forcing anything, not trying to get into a position that doesn't follow my strategy. And the main thing that shifted was the simplicity to my strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I only look at three different time frames: with the 1 hour, 15 minute, and the 5 minute. Each time frame has their own designated reason, and most of my strategy is strictly objective rather than subjective. There's a little bit of intuition that comes to it, which I've formed from backtesting and reviewing previous trades.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's just supply and demand and trading with order flow.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
What? How many days a week do you trade?
So I trade now that I trade every day. So whenever I see
Mm-hmm.
a setup, but Wednesdays I tend to kind of step away from the market on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just from data that I've collected throughout these years and back tested data. Wednesdays are normally like my off days and where most of my losses come from. So I tend to put my foot on the brakes and just take extremely high probability setups or just stay away from as a whole.
Yeah. And Wednesdays may not be bad for other people. It just the strategy that you've developed, and the journal that you've kept, you saw most of your losses on a Wednesday. So you're like, let's just take that level of risk out and not even worry about those days. What do you use Wednesdays for then?
Wednesdays, if I'm not in front of the charts, then I'm either just enjoying life or I try to make posts for Instagram so that the following days I don't have to like cram in an extra hour of
Right.
work at the end of the day. So Wednesdays I just try to get work done for Instagram. That's pretty much it.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Forex, and what's your least favorite thing about Forex?
Um Yeah, my favorite thing about trading in general and Forex would be the small the work hours. So I'm only in front of the charts from 7:45, 8, all the way to 11. And then after that I'm done. But that doesn't mean like I'm not reviewing stuff when I'm done or back testing. But for the most part, all of the work is within uh uh I believe that's, yeah, 4 hour
Hmm.
period, and then for the rest of the day I'm good to myself. So it's just the flexibility, the fact I could do it wherever, whenever, and all of those cliche entrepreneur sayings, like it's true. So you could do it wherever, whenever,
Hmm.
and how much you make is specifically um, uh, correlating with how hard you work. So the more problem challenges you pass and put behind your belt, the more money you'll make, or the larger your account is, the more money you'll make. So there's never a cap to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the worst thing I would say about trading would be honestly, backtesting. Backtesting is the worst thing for me. I just hate backtesting.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, because
Hmm.
you have to. The thing with backtesting, and if you're backtesting correctly, you have to put your mental state as you have to shift your mental state into as if you're actually trading the market and click the candlesticks one candle at a time,
Hmm.
and specifically see how you would react if this was a real market. And that's just mentally draining, especially if you're doing like 4 or 5 months a day of back testing. It's draining, man. It's draining. But yeah, that's the worst thing for me. Aside from that, nothing else is bad.
Right on. The when you're done at like that 11, 12 o'clock mark, what does that back half of the day allow your like I guess I'll back up. Mentality is a huge component of trading in general, whether you're trading stocks, Forex, commodities, options, because it's inevitable that you're going to take a loss at some point. Nobody wins 100% of the time. That opportunity to kind of decompress after the end of the day, after that 11 or 12 o'clock mark, what does that do for you mentally, and how does that impact the following day or the trades that lead to the next 4, 5, 6 trades?
Yeah. So one thing I would say is when you're able to step away from the markets and just get a breather, especially like on a nice summer day when you can go to the beach or go for a walk, it allows you to let go of all the tension that's built up when you're in front of the charts. Because entering a trade and watching your account go down by 500, 800, 900 in some cases from one single trade could do a lot to you as a trader and as a person in general. So stepping away from it and being able to get a breather and see what you did that day from a third person point of view after allows you to stay grounded as a trader. And that's one thing that also helps me. I used to always go for walks right after a session
Mm-hmm.
because of just the stress back then, especially because I would be trading, I would be paying for challenges with like my last bit of money, and it would stress me out because if I lose that, then I have to go back to work and make the money back and then buy another challenge, and it would be
Right.
very stressful. So yeah, even just going on a walk and taking time for yourself to reflect on what you did that trading day will put you miles ahead, especially from a trader who finishes trading and then goes straight back into back testing or reviewing their trades right after without giving themselves the time to take a 1 hour, 2 hour break away from it. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like work too. Like if you're working 9 to 5, get off work at 5, and you get home and you're doing work at home. After you're done work at work, it's just going to be annoying. Like you're not going to be able to have peace of mind or
Right.
clarity. You know what I mean? Yeah,
No doubt, no doubt.
yeah.
So exercise is a great tool for traders to use while they're in season trading, whether it's during the week or month or whatever. How many days a week do you get out on a walk?
I try to do it every day, honestly,
Every
because
day. Nice.
yeah, every day I just try to go for a walk,
You got to throw on
and
those
yeah,
winter boots in the
and
in December and January.
I don't live in an igloo, but think I'm a polar bear, okay? But no, yeah, those walks, they're definitely a major player in my mindset as a trader.
So you mentioned a couple challenges that you were buying early on, and different prop firms that you were looking at. When you're evaluating prop firms, what is it that you're looking for as a trader that gives you the comfortability to say, "Hey, here's my 100, 250, $1,000 to take a challenge to get funded." What are you looking for from that prop firm?
With prop firms, the most important thing that I look at is the goals that they set, the requirements that they set for traders,
Mm-hmm.
which is with both evaluations, when I add it up, how much percent do they want me to make it within that specific duration of time? and most of them are normally 10% within a month or 8% within a month, and that is achievable. However, if you're managing your risk as a trader and you're risking, let's say, 0.5 or 1% on a challenge as a trader, you're not going to reach 10% every single month. There's some
Right.
months where you're going to reach 5%, 4%. Some months might be a negative, some months might be a break even. And
Hmm.
for a trader, that's very hard to reach consistently every single month. And if you're doing that every single month, you're an extremely great trader. So that would be the first thing that I pay attention to. And
Hmm.
along with that is the profit splits. Normally, I like profit splits that are above 80%. Some prop firms you could work your way up, some prop firms you can't. And
Hmm.
I try to lean towards prop firms that give 80% or up for profit
Okay.
splits. Yeah.
How does leverage play into your evaluation of a prop firm?
Me personally, I don't really care too much for leverage, especially with the way that I trade. I only
Hmm.
risk 1% or sometimes 1.5% on a prop firm challenge, and then I only risk 0.5 to 0.25 on a funded account. And that's how I'm able to keep my accounts for a long time because I just risk so little on my funded accounts. Whereas some traders will risk the same amount that they're risking on a challenge with their funded accounts, and then they blow it within their first or second profit split.
Yeah,
So leverage doesn't.
trying to catch
Yeah,
the falling knife, so to speak.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's how they just blow it, and everything's gone down the drain. All their hard work has gone down the drain. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that when we were evaluating our program, asking traders what was important to them while managing both their risk and our risk.
Mhm.
So, what was an appropriate daily max loss? What was an appropriate trailing drawdown? What was an appropriate target leverage? Taking all the variables into consideration and then creating a package for somebody to be really successful, both in the short term and the
Mhm.
long term. So
Mhm.
if you can pass it in 3 days, more power to you. You can pass it in 3 hours, more power to you.
Mhm.
And if you're able to catch those big trades, or if you just want to be steady Eddie and make 40, 50, $100 a day, and take as much time as you want, we love that too.
Mhm.
Because it shows to us as a prop firm that's giving out money to funded traders to it gives us greater confidence that we know that they're going to be in it for the long term, and not just in and out, to make a quick buck, because we want the traders to be as successful as possible for as long as possible.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing uh that really surprised me with your prop firm as well. Not only the unlimited time frame to pass the challenge, but it's just a one-step evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many prop firms that are one step that create their business with a one-step evaluation framework, and it just shows me FTG is working to please their traders and not to squeeze the last dime out of their traders or take money from traders. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's one thing that really surprised me and that really caught my eye. And then on top of that, there's also other stuff such as the 90-10 split,
Mm-hmm.
which is insane. So yeah,
Yeah, that was a super nice upgrade.
yeah.
And kudos to our traders for voicing their opinions both on that. So the 90-10 profit split, that's an upgrade available to traders. You can purchase it at the time of the challenge purchase. You can upgrade that 90-10 profit split.
Mhm.
And then we just updated our daily loss and max trailing drawdown by 1% each. So daily max is now at 5 and max trailing is at 6.
Mhm.
And again, kudos to the traders to tell us, hey, this is what we're looking for. This is what we want. Can you help us out? And going back and looking at all the data, it made sense to us to support the traders in that way.
Yeah, yeah, and that's very big, because as I mentioned, you guys are basing your rules and requirements off of what the traders want and what's more beneficial towards the traders
Mm-hmm.
rather than you guys. And it doesn't go unnoticed by traders as well, because I see a lot of people commenting and supporting you guys for making the challenges easier.
Yeah.
And revolutionizing the prop firm industry and bringing in
Yes.
something new.
Thank you very much, Sam. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Who are you following now um, on social media, or maybe not even on social media? Maybe it's a podcast. You're like, make sure you check this podcast out, or this website. Where are you finding your kind of nuggets of gold to keep you motivated and keep you profitable?
There's a few people that I actually enjoy following, and um, there's I would say, yeah, there's three people. So there's one guy, his name is uh Forex with Aaron, or
Yeah,
Aaron, his IG name is Aaron Trades, and he's an
yeah,
amazing trader, man. I think I've been following for like three years or so, and
nice.
post amazing vlogs. So it's definitely motivational when I'm seeing him travel from one country to another on his journey. So that guy, he's amazing. Aaron Trades. Second person is SMC Gelo. He's an amazing trader as well, and I enjoy his posts. And then the third person is Bullish Jae. So I actually,
He's
uh,
new. I've not heard of him before.
yeah, yeah. So I actually we used to follow each other a long time ago, and we just stumbled across each other a few months ago, and that he's killing it, man. He's going crazy. So I enjoy seeing him too. He's amazing, man. You guys
Awesome.
got definitely got to check them out
Oh, absolutely will. And if we'd love to have him on
for sure,
and
for sure,
do an interview,
for sure.
any of those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great people.
Awesome. Where else do you go for inspiration or nuggets of knowledge?
Yeah, that's a hard question. I think the best place lately, man, I honestly have not been going nowhere. I've just been focusing on my grind, man. That's it. I don't even have time for inspiration at this point. So I've just been focusing, hustling. But sometimes I go on YouTube, and
Hmm.
there's like interviews of some traders, such as uh, Trading Hut. He does interviews as well, and I
Okay.
like
Yeah.
to listen to his interviews, especially traders who made it from nothing, like in places like Africa or Nigeria, where
Hmm.
it's extremely hard to become a trader compared to us. We're in Western civilization, America, Canada, Europe. You know what I mean? So
Right.
seeing them and seeing how far they've made it within 3 4 years just inspires me. Just shows me that anything is possible for anyone, and if they could do it, I could do it too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Time and dedication, I
Yeah,
think
they
is
put
what it
in.
comes down to, right? You've put in
Yeah,
the time and you're dedicated. That's I think it shows a lot in the results. It's not immediate.
yeah.
You might have some immediate wins. I can remember my very first trade.
Mm-hmm.
It was what was I trading? I was trading gold
Mm-hmm.
and made it was on a trial account. So I'm just like, I want to try this out.
Mm-hmm.
So was able to get a trial account with FTG,
Yeah,
and I made a quick like $256 win
yeah,
on gold. I'm like, oh, this is so easy. And
yeah,
then
yeah, man.
and then the very next trade, it was, I don't know, $400 or $500 loss. I'm like, okay, I see why there is a lot of education that's necessary here,
Yeah,
because
man.
I mean, working in the industry, you think you know what you're doing, but there's always something to learn. There's always new tactics. There's always new trends. There's always new whether you're using an EA or you've got a trading partner that you're working with to collaborate on different trades with.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's all fair game in my opinion,
Yeah,
to be able to do that kind of stuff if you've got the resources and knowledge to do it. But like anything else, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
yeah, everybody would for sure, man. And that's the thing too, especially with one thing that you mentioned, all the hard work you put in today might not reap and show the next day. It might show like 5 6 months down the line, and that's the hardest part. Like working crazy hard today,
Hmm.
tomorrow for the next month, and not seeing any progress, and just continuing to work hard. It's hard. A lot of people won't be able to do that. So, yeah, I give everyone kudos who's putting in work on a daily basis, trying to figure out trading, trying to figure out how to become profitable, and still not seeing no monetary gains. And Yeah, man. It's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I think the hardest part is just starting.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
this whole world of Forex can be super scary.
Hmm.
Not knowing which currency to trade, which I've got a couple rapid fire questions at the end.
Yeah.
I want to ask you. But yeah, not knowing which currency do I trade gold, USD, JPY, which currency pair do I trade commodities? Is it crypto? There's just so much to take in up front. That if you had to give somebody some advice that's just starting out on trading, of okay, here's where you would start. What would you tell that person on that's starting day one?
Yeah. So the first thing that I would tell someone is don't make an Instagram and journal your journey, man. I think that's the biggest mistake I did. So don't do that.
Well,
Don't
we
look.
thank you for it, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
absolutely. I know your community does as well.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, don't journal your journey.
Mm-hmm.
You could follow maybe a few traders that are strictly posting chart work and that are strictly posting consistently, like on a daily basis, how they're trading, what positions they're looking to enter, so on and so forth. And even now, there's streamers out there that stream on YouTube, and that'll show you them trading live. And you can
Mm-hmm.
follow those types of people. But after you're done that, focus on finding one strategy, whether it's supply and demand, support and resistance, trend lines, whatever the case is. Find
Mm-hmm.
one strategy that you find appealing and that works with your work life schedule. So if you're working regular work hours, so 9 to 5, find a strategy that you could trade an Asian session or so
Mm-hmm.
on and so forth. Now, when you find a strategy that you can trade in a specific session, trade for 3, 4 hours of that specific session. Now, show up every single day, trade on a demo, of course, that
Mm-hmm.
specific session, and journal your trades and see how far you'll progress. I guarantee you, if I was to do that when I first started out, my learning curve would have been cut down by half. I'm not even joking, by half.
Wow.
And backtest too. Backtesting is very, very crucial. Backtesting 2 hours, 3 hours a day is
Mm-hmm.
very crucial. So it takes a lot of work, but it depends how hard. The more work you put in now is the faster you'll get to becoming consistent and funded or trading a live account, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You made a good point of finding a strategy that works for your lifestyle, and I think part of that plays into personality as well.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's more risk averse, or somebody that's willing to take on more risk, might trade different pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, I give a quick example, like gold tends to be a riskier um, thing to trade in Forex. It's got a lot of ups and downs, especially recently. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
been all over the board. Whereas there might be some currency pairs that are, I'll call it a little more structured in terms of the ups and downs.
Yeah.
So it's something to consider as you start to begin your trading journey, understanding what your risk tolerance levels are. To Sam's point, what type of trading style that you're in, and it's going to take some research on your part, the trader, to understand what is the difference between supply and demand and trend lines, and the more advanced trading techniques that are available that come with time, that play into to success, both early on and long term.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes time to and one way you could cut that time that it takes for you to understand your strategy or understand what you perform best with is backtesting. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Backtesting is really the only way you can cut time. There's no other way. No amount of YouTube videos you watch, no amount of podcasts you listen to, Instagram videos you watch, reels, it will not cut your trading journey, cut your learning curve. The only thing that could cut it is backtesting and
Yeah.
trading the live markets. That's it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
reviewing it too, reviewing the
That
backtest.
Another awesome point you brought up, which to your point, you can only listen and watch so many podcasts and YouTube videos. You have to actually do the thing in order to get good at it.
Yeah.
So that's it's a solid piece of advice. Because if you're not trading, you don't know what your risk tolerance level is going to be. You're not going to know how to back test if you never place the trade.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And even now, there's so many different ways to backtest, and there's so many platforms you can backtest with. There's TradingView replay mode. If you're a smart money trader and you're trading like the 1 minute, there's different platforms you can download onto your computer and backtest with. And they'll take you back 10, 20 years back, and you could start from there. You know what I mean? So there's really no excuse for us, especially now as traders. Because back then in 2016, 2017, I don't know how people were backtesting. So yeah, so now we have no excuse. So we have everything at our fingertips. So we got to put in the work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yeah, for sure. Let's
All
go.
right. All right. It's going to be Forex and non-Forex things. So first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start with some easy ones. Your favorite currency pair.
AUDJPY.
Your favorite sports team.
Knicks.
The Knicks. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big coming from a guy in Canada.
Yeah, yeah. I just like their logo, to be honest. I don't watch sports. I just like their logo.
Oh, right on. Favorite place you visited?
Would have to be Italy.
Italy. Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful country.
Yeah.
MT4 or MT5?
MT4, man. I like the old wave.
Oldie but a goodie, right?
Yeah. MT4 works good.
Do you use Trading View for your trades, or are you using 8cap or the whatever the broker is?
No, I use TradingView and then I enter my trades on MT4.
Got it.
Yeah.
Favorite shoe?
I don't know. I love my Air Max 95s, man.
Yep.
Wait, 97s? I think they're the 97s.
97s are the ones that
with the lines.
Reflective. Yeah.
Yeah, I love those. I have like 3 pairs of them.
Nice. Super comfortable shoe.
They're so comfortable.
Yeah, we have a bunch of sneakerheads in FTG. If they're checking out the FTG Instagram, we usually do a Sneaker Friday video. So Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Ferraris. I like Ferraris.
Do you have a favorite one?
Spider. I think it's 388. I think that's
488.
488. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the smaller ones. Yeah.
Nice. And then favorite prop firm?
FTG. Funded Traders Global.
Love it. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate you.
For sure, bro. Oh, good.
Appreciate you. Yeah, I think that's that's where we'll end it from my point of view. If you've got questions, I'm happy to. I'm an open book. I mean, when it comes to traders and input, we're always looking for new insights. So
yeah. I don't got no questions. I'm just excited to work with the prop firm and hopefully make things easier, make getting funded easier for traders, because there's a lot of great traders from all over the world that would love to get funded, would love to get that opportunity, and sometimes the challenges are just unrealistic and they're very hard to pass. But FTG makes that makes it way easier, and allows a trader for an equal shot to get funded.
Yeah, we're here to help and support traders any way we can. So
yeah,
right on.
Yeah, for
cool.
Sure.
Well, thank you, Sam, for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and we wish you nothing but the best. How can people find you on the internet?
You guys could follow me on Instagram. It's at Forex with Sam, ForexWithSam. And then if you click my link tree on there, my YouTube attached, and I stream 3 times a week, and I just live trade 3 times a week, and you guys could join and watch for free.
It's a beautiful way to watch poetry in motion.
Yeah,
and learn a little bit while you're at it.
Yeah, for sure, it's fun, man. We're definitely gonna start having more fun in there too. So make sure you guys join.
For sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Sam. Appreciate you.
No worries, Craig. Take care, man.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.